how has it been being with the Puerto Rican national team? And like I was saying before, just seeing the growth. Have you seen a growth of soccer in Puerto Rico?
I haven't spent too much time playing strictly in Puerto Rico. We travel a lot. Um, but I do think, at least for the women's national team, I think that it's grown a lot. Um, I mean, the island is so small. So, like, it's really hard to find players from the island. Um, so, like, that's how I guess they found me. Like, they've been finding other girls, um, in the US who are Puerto Rican. And I think that being able to find girls from all over who just love the sport and want to represent Puerto Rico is all that we can really ask for. I think we're continuing to grow. We're getting better. We have girls that are, playing professionally all over the world, which is amazing. I think we've really, you know, started a foundation of soccer in Puerto Rico where, um, you know, I think the women are putting themselves on the map. Um, and I think you can kind of see that with um, our games, the last couple of years, like before the World Cup, we played Mexico, we lost 6-0, but we played them in September and lost 2-1. Like just the results that we've been getting against other teams, um, teams that have like Mexico who have so many more resources, so many more players to choose from, um, so much more like fan devotion just because of the sheer size of the country and how important soccer is to the Mexican community. But I think that we're using that as fuel and we're growing and we're developing and we first started to focus on being the best in the Caribbean and we're going to keep growing from there. So I think that's why we're all super, super excited for what's coming because we've never been able to get as far as we are right now. And regardless of what the outcome is, we are always going to give everything we have, and we have so much to be proud for to at least have gotten to this moment.
Do you ever kind of take a step back and think, like, you're playing such a big part in the growth of soccer on the island? Like, does that ever kind of hit you? Do you have you ever taken a step back to think of it, or are you just like busy living in the moment, and then maybe one day you'll be able to take a step back and actually like really think about it?
Um, every once in a while, yeah, I do kind of think back to, maybe like my first camp with the national team and how that goes. And, um, a lot of us, a lot of us have like a saying where it's like, we're here for the vibes because the island's so small, we don't have a whole lot of resources. It's really about the girls and us coming together and doing something that we love. Um, but like I also like I look back and I'm proud of all of that. But for me, like I'm blessed to be in the NWSL and seeing, the resources that we do have at Chicago and things like that. And with that, I know that I have to push further for the things that we deserve as a national team. Um, like things like just as simple as like we don't have the names on the back of our jerseys because can we afford it? I'm not sure, like, things like that. Um, so I think I'm always trying to, like, as we continue to get better and we're beating teams and we're making tournaments and things like that, like, the federation, for me, needs to push with us. It's like, okay, these girls are showing that they're committed and they're winning games and they're beating teams, like, they're scoring against Mexico, like, things like that. And it's like, okay, we need to give these girls the resources that they deserve to continue to be successful. So that's the lens that I kind of look at it as like I'm pushing for the next generation of like girls because I've already met some of them because like we're so small and we had games during the college season, so a lot of the college girls couldn't come. So we have high school girls playing with the full national team, which is kind of crazy. And so just trying to like build something for them as well as for the girls that are on the team or the girls that are no longer on the team. Um, because it obviously did start with them, and I think just um, pushing us as far as we can go is all that I can really ask for, and I'm going to keep pushing for that. But yeah, I mean, I'm just being able to see the talent in the young girls, I think is really great, and I think it's gonna propel the national team for sure. Hopefully, like when they get, maybe I will be able to play with them. But if not, like I think that overall it'll be in good hands coming in the future.